Okay, are we live now? Great. I think we're actually live now, which is great. Cause okay, yeah, we are definitely live now. So anyway, sorry, excuse me, my microphone just fell. Whoops, my mic just fell. Great. Anyway, what I would say is, hi guys and girls, Pabblo here, and today I'm going to be looking at some old and forgotten websites. I'm not gonna be looking at the usual, suspects like the Space Jam website or whatever. Not gonna be looking at those. I'm still gonna be looking at some really forgotten websites, like ones that haven't updated in like 20 years or so. Those are the kind of websites I'm looking for. I'm also going to be using a little bit of Google Dorking over here because that's gonna work. So obviously we have a. So obviously I'm going to shut this one down because we need to look at some actual websites over here. So let me just look at some searches over here and just kind of see if I can actually try to find any sort of inspiration over here. So of course I should probably just try looking at some Google thingamajigs. Let's try. I don't know. Uh. Like, what should I really look for, honestly? Maybe I should look at some of the search history. I mean, there's nothing really suspicious in my search history or whatever. I'm going to try looking at some websites over here. So I'm going to try to find some ideas over here. So excuse me. Also, unlike my two most recent streams, I will try not to show my face because I noticed that I think YouTube hates my face, honestly, because whenever I show my face, it seems like YouTube just disables my comments, and I think there's a good reason, and that's because honestly, I have a pretty bad baby face, and it just makes me look much younger than I actually am. So excuse me for me not showing my face, but just like that. So anyway, what I don't need to actually show, however, is need to show some thingamajig. So let's go to, I don't know, let's go to like a camera review before 2010 because I need because I need some of the really old stuff over here. And we have, okay, so the first few episodes aren't all that I mean, they're pretty well known websites. I mean, I know about DxOMark and DP Review. The digitalpicture.com is interesting because that may be a forgotten website, but let me actually see. Nope, that is not a forgotten website. That is not a forgotten website over here. That's not forgotten. Because it does actually seem like they're still actually making reviews of cameras and whatnot, but like, let me actually see what the most recent review actually is, because I swear it's not that. It's not. I mean, it seems to be quite recently updated. Honestly, I mean, the layout seems to be much better than many other software apps. Not gonna lie. Yeah, we got stuff like the Sony Alpha 1, which is like pretty recent, however. So, nope. Next we got photographyblog.com, which I'm guessing is also a somewhat recently updated website, and yup, it looks like this. I mean, for crying out loud, we have an 875 review from 4 days ago. So yeah, it's not a forgotten website at all. It may be all, but it's not forgotten. Same with DP Review. Camera Labs, I believe, is not forgotten. Let me just see, just in case. We have, okay, yeah, it's not forgotten. Let me actually see. Best Point and Shoot, and it's seems to have been updated actually quite recently, so I'm not gonna bother this one. Ken Rockwell's another website, which I think it's actually still being updated, so I don't really think. Yeah, it's still being updated over here. Yeah, that's still being updated over here. 2022, so it's not that forgotten. ephotozine.com is interesting because, wait, what kind of a digital camera is that? GE-E848. Is that does G stand for General Electric over here? Like that General Electric? Come on. Anyway, ePhotoscene does seem to be also not a forgotten website over here. But yeah. Doesn't seem to have forgotten website over here, so I'm not gonna be looking at anything like that. So yeah, no forgotten website over here. There's Video Maker, which is also not a forgotten website over here. Next up, what's going on websites over here? We have Academios 1000D, which is another one of those websites. I think photoreview.com.au is another not forgotten website over here, but let me actually see over here. Or maybe I should actually take a look at Yeah, it's not for games at all, mostly. So I'm actually not going to bother this one. I'm actually going to go to camcorder before 2010. I'm gonna do a little bit of Google talking over here, just to actually see. And of course we got this okay, we got the Polish Wikipedia article for camcorder, but that's not what I'm looking for. Next to ooh, eBay. Wait, eBay from February 15, 2000. Wait, really? Is that old an article? Doesn't seem to be that old, however. I mean, it doesn't look to be that old, however, interesting enough. So I don't think it's that much of really, but so I don't think it's actually 2000. We got the Red website, which come on, Red's still there. We got the Handycam camcorders, which I think is, I mean, there's some like Handycams over here, but I think there's like one model available. Same with Panasonic, which is like which I think is like what as a Princess only company that still has like a full line of camcorders still available. Oh, that's interesting. Helpguide.sony.net. Is this going to be an actually? Oh, is it actually available? Interesting. Sony Webby MHS CM1 HD camcorder from 2009. I think that our Amazon article is probably long gone, but let's actually see. My goodness. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my goodness, look at this. That is certainly a camcorder. Just got this one, just a cheap camcorder in every pocket. From 2008 by The Guardian, which is certainly a website that still exists. Accept all, please. Can I just go to The Guardian's website, please? Alright. Got a flip camera. Oh, so this one, which is called JVC Kenwood USA Corporation. This is some sort of camcorder. JVC actually made a lot of camcorders, I'm not gonna lie, so in fact, I even have one pretty much there. It's archived, yeah. Makes sense. Because like this one's just called Sony Launch Micro MPEG 2 camcorder. This is from DP Reviews, so I'm not gonna bother this one. Let me actually see, because it's just one actually, so it's actually interesting, however. DCR IP7. Yeah, that's interesting over here. We also got this, which is like a Visio cam, blah blah blah. Not really forgot websites over here, so it's interesting over here. Yeah, no. Maybe I should actually take a look at camcorder review before 2005. I'm going to stretch that a little bit more. And we got, well, we got Video Maker, we got CNET, which are both websites which still exist and are still being updated. Wired is also being updated. UrbanFox.tv is interesting because I don't know what website it actually be. Oh, there we go. Here's a forgotten website over here. Yeah, look at this. That hasn't been updated in quite a while. There we go. That's what I wanted over here. UrbanFox.tv. When was this website last updated over here? Okay, so actually it talks about the Canon EOS C200, which was when was actually included the Canon C200 release date. It says 2018 over here, but yeah. So this was last updated in 2018, interestingly enough, which is interesting because yeah. However, despite it being last in 2018, it actually looks like the layout hasn't been upgraded since like 2008 or something like that. So it's honestly, yeah, it looks like that. So that's pretty interesting actually over here. It was like at what was actually got over here? We also got dvinfo.net, which is, yeah, that looks to be not updated. Yeah, that does not look to be updated in quite a while, honestly. Yeah, that doesn't look to be updated in a long while over here. I mean, we got like literal dead links over here. Interestingly enough, we also got this one just called dvinfo.net. Let me actually go over to the dvinfo.net. Also, sorry if you hear coughing, because my mom is sick, and I'm also sick too, but to a lesser extent. Anyway, it does actually look like it's been last updated in 2020, so it's not that outdated. And honestly, the main website does seem to have a decent layout actually, so it's not like it's actually been like absolutely this, but yeah, this website, but yeah, this website has been absolutely just been it really looks like it has updates in like mid 2000, honestly, for that matter. What else is got? We got soundvision.com, which is from 2003. And let's actually see. Yeah, that also looks like it hasn't been updated in quite a while, honestly. Wait, what the? What in the actual? I'm getting old ass right now. I'm getting old ass right now, interestingly enough. I mean, a lot of his episodes. I mean, a lot of his episodes do look to be quite old, honestly. I mean, this episode certainly looks to have not been upgraded in like 2011 or something like that. So honestly, it looks like that. Let's see what was the last article from Sound and Vision. Okay, it actually looks to have been. It actually looks to have been actually recent. It does seem to be still maintained. Actually, interesting enough. I mean, here, look at this article. Anime for the holiday, December 4th, which was 4 days ago. So yeah, yeah, that seems to be not at all no upset actually. But yeah, the layout seems to be quite old. Video Maker, PC Mag UK. We got Amazon. Wait, Amazon UK 2003. Does it still exist in the article? Oh my goodness, it actually does. It actually does. What? Wait, it's still in stock? What? There's actually, it's not completely sold out? What? Okay, that actually surprised me. Not gonna lie. avforums.com. What is this? Okay, that looks to be somewhat recently updated, not gonna lie, so not gonna grab this one. What about other ones like can I actually look at some more? Computervideo.net. Okay, that has literally nothing. Oh my goodness, that looks to be definitely an old and forgotten website over here. That looks to be definitely old and forgotten. Like, look at this 90s/early 2000s layout over here. Look at this layout over here. Computervideo.net. Oh, look at this. December 2004. This website looks like this website hasn't been updated. Looks like this website hasn't been updated in like 20 years. Or actually over 20 years, sorry. Damn, look at this. Not gonna lie, that is quite an old website over here. HC1000. Like, I'm not gonna lie. That is quite the old website over here. February 2003 issue. My goodness, that is an old website. Old and forgotten for sure. Okay, now we actually got something over here. Let's go to Philips Go Gear. Wait, Philips made a camcorder under Go Gear name? I do know of Go Gear because I know that Philips made MP3 players under the because I know that like Philips made like iPod like devices under the Go Gear name. Like if I can actually show you Philips Go Gear, which I remember I remember Go Gears were like iPod like devices over here. If I can actually show you this one, Go Gear. I know they're like look at this. This is what the Go Gear looks like. I specifically have the Go Gear areas, which is I'll actually show you this one. This is how it looked like over here. Well, this is what I actually look over here, being 80 GB model. This is right about what I actually had over here. Enrique Iglesias. Oh my goodness. Anyway, yeah, I think that was the exact model I actually had. The area is 8 GB. Which yeah. That was quite a device that I used. I mean, it could actually play playback video, and I mean, it was basically like an iPod clone, basically. So it's pretty great. But I didn't know they actually made camcorders under Go Gear. That's a first to me. KevinGoldsmith.com. Okay. Okay, that looks to have been recently updated over here. Okay. It's like the photography-review.com. Well, that's interesting over here. Okay, we got Samsung Mini DV digital camcorders. Okay. That also looks been kind of forgotten maybe, but not really. I mean, there's definitely no SSL over here, so that's interesting. Okay, looks like this has been updated in like 11 years. My goodness. Okay, I'm gonna go do this one. Bealcorner.com. I think it's gonna be final. I'm actually gonna take a look at because my goodness. And look at this. Look at this over here. My goodness, that is. Look at this website. That looks to be old. Oh, and also, there seems to be barely anything in terms of like the layout. I mean, there's barely any layout, honestly. Like it's mostly just plain text. I mean, this website literally looks like the type of website I made when I was like elementary school or something like that. That looks like honestly, this website looks like the type of website I would make in like elementary school, messing around with like HTML with on these school computers. That's pretty much what it looks like. Pretty much. Ha ha ha. Okay, that one actually looks to have a slightly better layout over here. There's definitely a layout over here, unlike this one. Let's actually go to bealcorner.com. There we go. Okay, it actually surprisingly it was actually updated as recently as December 2021, which is interesting. Okay, that is definitely interesting over here. It seems to have actually been last updated December 19th, 2021. Yeah, despite that, it still has the old layout, which is interesting. So that's actually very interesting over here. Very, very interesting over here. Very, very interesting. We can also go to my old home. We actually go to like literally 90s. Look. Oh, look at this. My goodness, that is interesting over here. My goodness. Look at Linux. Wait, goes to linux.com. Does the website still exist anymore? It does. It does actually. And it still was updated as recently as a few months ago, actually, so that's interesting. Next one is this one. It's called Best Viewed with Any Browser. Does this still exist? I'm guessing not. What? Wait, it was last modified 2023? My goodness. That is interesting over here. Very interesting. Also, we got this look at the actual John Beal over here. Looks like. Yeah, that is quite an interesting website over here. Quite the interesting website over here. Like, that is like literally the definition of forgotten. Of old and mostly forgotten. My goodness, that is just that's just literally a look at the 90s internet, pretty much. Like, I'm just interested over here, pretty much. So that's interesting. What else can we actually take a look at? Oh, let's go to iPod before 2007. iPod. Maybe we'll actually get something else. We got this Polish article from mp3store.pl, which is this one. And that forum, I mean, looks like it's probably still there because, and maybe still active because, I mean, the layout seems to be pretty similar to many of the, I mean, layout seems pretty recent, actually pretty modern, so not gonna lie, this one. Wait, what is this? eBay? No way this is from eBay. No, if it's just doesn't actually. No, that isn't actually. Although, that is actually quite old, not gonna lie, but whatever. There's like a one go from benchmark.pl, which is let's actually say my website still exists. And yeah, it actually does. And we still have like the GDPR and whatnot, so that seems to still exist website. Electroda I know definitely exists. We got fandom.com, so that still exists definitely. Wait, iPod Touch user guide from apple.com? No way this is. Oh, it actually does still exist. Okay, Apple is definitely interesting. LowenMac.com, okay. 4th generation iPod. Okay, that is quite interesting. Okay, that website looks not been updated in quite a while. Let's go to the homepage. Or the index or whatever. Okay, it actually still seems to be somewhat updated actually for that matter. Okay, it actually seems to be actually updated as recently as November 22nd of this year. So actually it's not completely abandoned over here. Also got gridstudio.cc, grid iPod photo grip. What is this? What? Wait, you can actually still buy it? Oh wait, it's thingamajiggies for here. We also got datavision.com, which is from some sort of iPod comparison thingamajigger. We got Datavision and yeah, Pingmajig over here. Let's go to iPod before whatever, it doesn't really depend. Let's go to phone review. Phone review before 2007, before the iPhone came out. Blah blah blah. What? Why is AI trying to? No, I don't need you, Google AI. Not now. I don't need you, Google AI. MobileTechReview.com. Okay, let's see if something's actually. Yeah, that looks to be quite forgotten over here. Oh my. No, it actually not. No, it actually isn't. Wait, actually isn't forgotten. Although, look at this old YouTube. Look at the old YouTube icon over here. Look at this old YouTube icon over here. I mean, look at this early 2010s YouTube icon over here. And it's like, my goodness, look at this. Look at the old website. Look at the old link it actually goes to. That's like the early 2010s over here. We also got a we also got Twitter and Friends. Interesting. So actually, seems to be kind of updated over here. We also got the old Instagram logo over here. So yeah, that's quite interesting over here. Also the old Facebook. Also Twitter before it became X. And also Threads, which is actually a recent website over here. So that is quite interesting. There's quite to be anachronism over here, but okay. Can I actually go to sitemap? What does it actually go to? We actually can go to sitemap. Okay, let's actually see what Microsoft Kin 1 and Kin 2. Let's go to Kin 2. That's like with Microsoft filter my phone, right? Right? My goodness. Anyway, Asato.com. Does that still exist? It does. And it looks to have not been updated in like 10 years. Like, look at this. It mentions the Nokia X, which I think came out like 2016 or so. I think maybe 2015 or 2014. I don't really know. Wait, 2014. Oh, excuse me, 2014. That's even older. 11 years hasn't updated. I know. It also got the Samsung announced Galaxy S5. That website seems. I mean, that website seems to have been updated like quite. That website seems to have not been up quite a long time. What is the latest forum post over here? I miss Sony Ericsson. This is from 2013, so this is still blah blah whatever. It was like I just want to go something from camera phone. PhoneArena.com with an F, not a PH. And that one. Okay. Okay, it does seem like it actually still exists because I can actually see some recent phones over here, like the Samsung Galaxy M22, which is from like I don't know when, but seems to be updated over here. So that's really. We already look at ePhotoZine. CoolSmartphone.com. Where does it actually go to? CoolSmartphone.com goes to Honor Magic 8 Live 3 days of blah blah blah. Right, great. Great. What about dpnow.com? Or Digital Photography Now? It's basically DP Review's evil cousin, I'm guessing. Ah, my goodness! Look at this. That's quite the old layout over here. That is certainly a 2000 layout over here. Certainly very 2000s over here. Still a search article. Also, it does look like the layout's actually a little bit broken over here. But never mind. What actually does seem to actually exist over here. However, it's the old layout over here, so that's an interesting corner over here. There's like the mobile phones direct, which I'm not gonna compare. Car from warehouse, blah blah. How long have you been streaming for? Let's actually see. 17 minutes. I'm actually gonna try some more. Let's go to okay, I'm sorry if you're coughing. My mom's suffering really sick right now, so I'm sorry. I may have to end the live stream pretty soon because I mean I even I can't really stand the coughing honestly. So let's go to YouTube channels before 2009. Well, you have tubix.com, which is interesting. So I mean we got mostly whatever it is actually. So Okay, we got 2000. Okay, so let's great honestly, because most of it's going to go to. You know what? Screw this actually. No, not go this one. We got Barnacles, Nerdgasm, what? Anyway, let's actually got to. How many got some like really old websites over here? Like maybe I should actually take a look at GeoCities or NeoCities or whatever. No, maybe not. What should I actually probably go for? Oh, Windows Movie Maker before 2007. Let's go. Oh, that looks be old. Wait, it's a Russian. Wait, it has a goddamn Russian link. Oh no. Wait, has a .ru link. That's a Russian website over here. Russian thingamajig over here. Wait, it's actually okay. That is actually a really old review of Windows Movie Maker over here. That is a really old Windows Movie Maker over here. Really old, not gonna lie. Like I think it's like a Windows Movie Maker 1.0 or something from back like Windows Millennium Edition era. Not gonna lie. So that looks quite old. Not gonna lie. Does actually still exist, however? AVI edit? What? I can actually still. Okay, that looks a bit quite forgotten over here. Copyright 2009, Alexander Milkov. Okay. How about I try this one? Okay, we got Do Amazing Things. We got blah 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 blah. We also got Schoolnet South Africa. Windows Movie Maker 2, Visual Quick Start Guide. O'Reilly Media. Wait, does that actually still exist? I swear. Still have it? Oh, 400 error. Never mind. Ha 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 ha. Alright, we good. Sorry, I was on my mute microphone because my dad's chit-chatting with someone. Okay, I can turn my mic back on. I think we actually good now. Okay, let's go back to what we actually got. So we got this 404 error over here. We got the Windows Maker manual, which is from 2005 on photography.com, and it's okay. That looks to be quite old. That looks to be quite the old thing. Although at least it has the Windows XP logo over here, so it's not whatever. Although look at these 2005 Microsoft icons. Look at these Xperia icons over here. My goodness, that is quite old. Can I go to home? Yes, actually can. And I actually goes. Okay, actually, can I? Okay, I may have to. Okay, back again. This is like the second time I've tried. Okay, because once again. So we got this website over here, and does it actually still? Okay, last week actually. So it actually does seem like it actually does. Okay, so it does actually somewhat updated over here, but whatever. Readwritething.org. Okay, we got another. Oh my god. I'm doing it so many times because I really want because no matter what, no one respects my studio time. No one respects it. No one, absolutely no one. Okay, that's not good. This guy using Movie Maker over here. Oh, it's a PDF file. Very interesting over here. Yeah, that's quite interesting over here. That's very interesting over here. Very, very interesting. US confess ones come from iceplex.tv. Windows Movie Maker basic tutorial. So that's gonna be fun. I'm gonna start that because I swear I'm being about to be interrupted again because no one respects this due to time. No one, absolutely no one. So it does seem like it's actually been resolved, so I'm actually not gonna lie, but okay. Anyway, I guess that's about it because I really cannot continue this much longer. So I'm Pablo, and I say goodbye to all of you. Have a good day, everybody. I guess yes.